Prepare to sit back, relax, and let's kick off this special edition of The Factor Uncensored. It's where we will explore Black elegance. Is it dead or not? And how to deliver that look of class to die for. Pret-a-porter, whether you want it or not.
Our guests are here, and we're talking Black elegance on the program. And we have with us legendary celebrity stylist and designer himself, Remy Toe, and of course the queen of Black elegance, who is sort of co-hosting with me, Kim H, on The Factor Uncensored. Glad to have you here.
Glad to be here. Love this subject.
Absolutely. So when you think about what we have seen in today's society and the looks that are out there, or the lack of looks, your thoughts about what we're seeing, especially since it's right in our faces with social media?
I feel like that there
I had to
should
take a
be,
moment.
I had to breathe, because I think that there's some restraint that needs to happen.
Okay,
right?
got it.
Where are we taking our cues from? Where are we getting what we look like from? Have we lost ourselves in social media? Are we trying to, who are we trying to look like?
And Remy, when you dress individuals, your focus are men, part of that, and when you see how men are dressing on social media, the lack of what we consider Black elegance, how disappointed are you, or do you just shake your damn head and move on?
It's a little bit disappointing, but when I look back, this generations went back to 1920s. They went back to those dates, because their grandparents, that's the way they used to dress. And their parents, on the 60s, they didn't want to dress properly. So the grandkids now are dressing better than the parents.
Really?
Yes, indeed.
So for me, one of my challenges is we're overexposed and we're not using restraint or refinement. I love to see a well-dressed man, right? And whether it be casual or whatever that is. But when I see a African-American or a man of color sagging, or and not necessarily the sneaker look, that's fine, depending on the sneaker, but appropriateness. Where are we as far as Black elegance is concerned? How do we get them to remember what that is?
Or to even know, because some may not know.
Exactly, but what I'm going to encourage is to look back on the 20s. If they look at the 20s, how they used to dress, I mean, even go on the basketball game, on the baseball game, they have the hat, they have the suit, they have the tie. If they go back to that date, it will come back. And I know they're sagging now, but I have some young kids who dress well, but it's the look of it. The pants are too tight, or the pants is too loose, so it's in between. So they're learning. It's like the 90s. The 90s, America, really, it was nothing.
What?
90s, it was nothing. America was trying to find the
identity.
Perfect. That's the word.
What that is.
That's the word. But now they're getting back to dressing code, which is good. Even if you look at the basketball players, you look to football players, they're going.
Basketball players are doing it right. Coleman Santiago, very well dressed, well appointed. But then we see people who, well, let's talk about the women. Okay. Overexposure. Sometimes there are different cultures that I'm seeing where everyone looks the same.
Now, when people are looking for a definition, which is the purpose of this segment, the definition of Black elegance, how would you define that?
I define elegance as your presence. It's in your posture, it's in your speech, it's how you carry yourself. It's when you walk into a room without being loud or without announcing your presence, right? That people feel who you are, and they have a certain expectation. There's a lot of stuff that people don't even approach me with because I don't look like, yeah, I'm not.
And Remy, your thoughts about how would you describe Black elegance?
Black elegance, that is the most, I wanted to describe it the way it's a sophistication. be sophisticated, be elegant. The elegance is what you wear and how to represent yourself. When you walk into a room, you have to change the molecule of that room. So people see you, the first thing they see you, they're like, whoa, who's that?
And recently, there's been a renewal looking at dandyism, and that goes back to the 1800s, post-Civil War. Your thoughts on that? Tell us a little bit about that and how it plays a role into Black elegance.
The real part of that is separating ourselves from slavery, right? So where you wore sackcloth or Negro cloth or what is now called denim, we didn't have the opportunity to either speak out, to be able to say, you know, hey, you can't, you know, treat me this way, you can't. So we did it through our dress. It was the silent rebellion. It was the silence of, it was the silent way that we said that I matter.
Well, we're going to continue this conversation. We'll be back with more Black elegance here on The Factor Uncensored. When we talk about Black elegance, saying it's more than just the way you dress. Stay with us here on The Factor Uncensored. And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. We're talking Black elegance tonight, and of course our guests are here. We have with us Kim H. and James Martin is joining us here on The Factor to talk about how we all should behave if you want to present the image of Black elegance. James, thank you for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored. Many people think it's just about clothes. Is it just about clothes and how you dress?
Absolutely not, Isiah. Etiquette is the way that you behave in social settings.
Yes.
But it's more, I know we're talking a lot today about dress, but it's more than dress. It's your manners, respect, and it really culminates into your personal brand, right? Your personal brand is what you want to be known for and how you make people feel. What is the first thing someone thinks about at the mere mention of your name?
The mere mention of my name.
Yes, the mere mention of your name.
I don't know. What do you think about?
Yeah, sophistication, right?
Okay,
I see you.
thank
Yeah,
you.
The voice.
The voice.
Thanks for
right?
watching.
Yes, yes. And that's really it. It's, again, how you make people feel and what you want to be known for. The thing is that you give people the language to talk about you, right? You make that decision, because if you don't brand yourself, other people will.
Absolutely. And when they say that first impression, is that true? When you make that first impression, how you behave, how you look, how important is all of that for that first impression for the person you may be meeting for the first time?
Right. So I always say that never leave the house unkept, right? So when you leave the house, I'm not saying you have to go to the grocery store in a three-piece suit or ladies in heels, but go out because you never know what opportunities are going to be there for you, right? So I just want to make sure that when I speak, because I do a lot of mentoring, it starts from the little boys up to adults. And the thing is you have to have a presence about yourself. It's a confidence and a competence about you that draws people to you. So that first impression is extremely important, because it could be the difference between a callback or no callback, an invitation or not getting invited back.
One of the things I think about, Kim, when I think about impressions and being out and about in the public is traveling. And what we see at the airport now, individuals traveling. There was a time when African Americans would dress their best just to travel.
Absolutely.
Then we went to tracksuits. You remember everybody had on the tracksuits? Yeah. And now it's, what are the things on your head?
I have no idea.
The bags. I can't think of the name.
It's a bonnet.
Bonnet. You see bonnets in airports, so, and pajama bottoms and all of that.
So I think that the languaging has escaped to some people, and we can't remember our history, right? Greatness is written on our DNA. Everyone came from us. So when I see someone in their house clothes, there was a difference between house clothing. If it was a house coat or a house dress, you did not wear that outside of the home. And I think that because parents are not in the home because they're working and they're doing all of these things, or in fast fashion, they're like, oh, okay, the look is the pajama. What you missed about that is an actually different fabric than what they actually make pajamas from. Right. And so it is inappropriate, because if I see you at the grocery store, and then I need to hire you and bring you on to something, and I see you in your pajamas, what that tells me is maybe there's a lack of discretion, and you may not know how to behave in a setting that I may put you in.
All missed opportunities by
All
that
missed
individual.
opportunities.
James, for those who are wondering, if you put on a $10,000 suit or dress, they think that is elegance. But if you have an ugly attitude, you've lost it
Ugly
all.
to the bone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. The price doesn't matter. The man makes the suit or the lady makes the dress, right? So again, it's that confidence that you exude. I always say when you walk into a room, act like you own it, not rent it, right? So you want to make sure that you own the room. But the difference, a lot of guys, when I speak to them, they kind of brag about, you know, I bought this suit for $5,000 or whatever the case may be. But you could go someplace and get something that looks pretty similar, and as long as you get it tailored right to your body, you can look like $1 million.
Would it be corny in 2025 to try and take an etiquette course if you are hoping to put your best foot forward as an individual?
Not at all. Speaking of that, a couple of weeks ago, a business partner and I did an etiquette event. It was all about branding, networking, and etiquette. So we set up a dining etiquette set and helped everyone understand the importance of dining etiquette, because let's just say you may go to a dinner interview. I guarantee you that employer is not looking to talk about the job, but they want to see how you handle yourself at the table and how you treat the wait staff.